Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another Eagle Eye Productions video, and today we're gonna have a video review of the 2020 Volvo V60. It's gonna be a review, and at the end of the video or halfway the video it's gonna be more of a POV video, point of view, so you can see how it looks like to drive, how the car behaves, and to get more of an impression what it is to drive a car like this. This car is the B3 model, which makes this is a petrol-powered unit combined with an electric unit, and the combined system output is 163 horsepower. It's sufficient for Dutch roads. In Germany, you can hit the limiter, and the limiter is set at 180 kilometers an hour. For plenty of people, that's fast enough, but German cars are limited at 250. So sometimes this poses a risk in terms of not having enough pulling power at the top end, and this could potentially create dangerous situations. But if you keep that in mind, that 180 is the top speed, then you can also anticipate that there's a little bit more. It's a very comfortable car for long distance cruising. It has great seats. It has the infotainment system is maybe not top notch, but it's sufficient enough. It gives you all the information you need when it comes to consumption figures. Of course, the distance that you drive, the time that you spend driving, the average speed, the average consumption. It's very comfortable for long distances, also because it's quiet inside. It's well insulated. It's very efficient for such a big car. I mean, according to my brother, who drove the car for quite a while, and he was in Germany often, and he did hit the limiter quite often. The car was still quite sufficient and economic. So that's a good job for Volvo with their 2-liter petrol engine that's quite efficient. It also has a turbocharger and this electric unit, so this makes for a very compelling package, and again, it's very economical. It being a station wagon or an estate, if you will, it's also very spacious, so it's very nice if you have to move people around and luggage around. It has plenty of space. It also has a lot of connectivity options when it comes to with a 4G model for mobile data. So you're able to remotely heat the car. So you could heat the window of the car, the front window, in case it has been freezing outside. It's January now, so it's very, very nice to do that. You can even set it within Home Assist. So, it can start heating up the front window maybe half an hour, 45 minutes before you actually start to take off, and the car is already warm by then. So this is all very great connectivity-wise. It does have lane assist and adaptive cruise control. This works very nice. It takes away the burden of driving, so to speak. Sometimes it doesn't see the lines on the road, not good enough, so it does react in a bit of a panic sometimes, which is not very pleasant. But overall the system works quite good, and this allows you to drive even longer stretches without getting tired of it. It really takes these kind of tedious tasks out of hand. It really functions well. The infotainment and navigation, Android car only uses a small portion of the screen. Apple CarPlay wasn't tested. The automatic transmission, it's quite an old-fashioned transmission. It's not a DCT, and it doesn't operate very fast when taking over cars. It really has to think for a couple of seconds before it puts it in the correct gear so you can keep on moving. So this is not very good. It is a reliable automatic, but it's not very fast. If you're coming from a DSG transmission, for instance, then you really have to get used to this. This looks like you're going back in time a couple of years, so keep that in mind. Of course, when you drive the car longer times, then you get used to it. But just as a reminder, this is not the fastest automatic transmission out there on the market. The car is panicking a little bit when you drive it on the limit, so 180 kilometers an hour. Also, with all these automatic driver assistants, when you go, for instance, to a roundabout and there's a car pulling in or just give a little bit of gas so he's first before you. Then the system will take measures, of course, to keep you safe, but it doesn't do this in a very sophisticated manner. It's just panicky a little bit, you know, it's panicking, and this gives the driver the idea that the system is not really well calibrated, but it's just the way the system is set up. So it could be more refined, but of course it's not a Mercedes-Benz, it's a Volvo, and overall 80% of the time the systems work fine. Last point to make, it's quite a big car. If you used to drive a hatchback, for instance, you know, you have to get used to the size of the car, and the car is quite big, so you really have to, you know, learn how to drive it. And when you park it somewhere, of course it has parking assistant and everything on top of it, so that makes it easier, but then again, it's quite a big car. I hope this was useful. Now you can look at some of the POV footage of the car. And yeah, hope this was useful. I hope everyone is doing good in the new year, and look forward to push more videos soon. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next video.